It's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you.
guys. Let's get this thing started off here. Hope everyone is well. I hope you guys are doing amazing here. Okay. So what we're going to focus on primarily is going to be a couple things. Give me 1 second.
Bruce.
Sorry
Deep
guys,
down,
I'm
you
going
may
through
still be
some,
that same
I don't know
Rick
what's
you
going
used to
on
be.
here. My computer is freezing
It's
a
not
little
who
bit
you
here,
are
so I'm
underneath.
having some issues. Give me a
It's what you do
second,
that
30
defines you.
seconds guys. I'm trying to fix this here real quick. First thing I was going to look at here was news today, so let's take a look at that right now. Let's take a look at what happened later today. The federal funds rate. Here are the biggest takeaways. Let's look at this here. Kevin Warsh. I do want to see this and see exactly how markets reacted to this. All right, let's take a look at this. No rate changes. The hawks are circling. Wow. The dot plot showed a hike. Let's take a look at the dot plot and see how big of a hike we're getting here. The dot plot showed a hike is what they're saying. That is not good. I don't know why, guys. I'm having internet issues. Like I've never had internet issues before. It's just, I guess it's maybe more of like a newer thing here. Wow. Yeah. Potential hike in September now. Or hike in 2026. Now, if they're saying no hike in 2027, they're lying to you. Let's look at the dot plot right now. Not looking good. The average here is still the red. Still looking like we're looking to hike. Probabilities are actually for hikes than they are for cuts. Definitely not a good thing here, especially now. You don't want to see that. Not at all. I can only imagine like how people are reacting to this. I mean, obviously the markets are going to be bearish on this if it continues to be like and stay like this. You know, nobody wants to see a hike, especially now with markets the way they are. Because if we do, then we're going to see obviously some sort of level of fear. All right. Nobody wants to see that. What was his statement? I'm very curious. That made bullish a dollar very, very bullish here. What was his statement? I need to see that. Let's see some of this press conference here.
Just concluded. As you saw a few moments ago, the committee decided to maintain the target range for the Fed funds rate at 3.5 to 3.75% in support of the Fed's dual mandate. The committee also reaffirmed its policy of maintaining ample reserves in the banking system. Economic activity is expanding at a solid pace, despite elevated uncertainty that owes in part to the conflict in the Middle East. Productivity growth and capital investment both strong. Job gains have kept pace with the workforce, and the unemployment rate has changed little. We recognize that inflation has been running well ahead of the Fed's long-stated inflation goal of 2%. That's been going on for more than 5 years. Persistently high prices are a burden for the American people. But the recent past need not be prologue. I am pleased to report that members of the FOMC are unambiguous and unanimous. This committee will deliver price stability. At any institution, a change in leadership is a natural and timely opportunity to reaffirm its mission, to review current practices, and to consider whether those practices best meet our objectives. My Fed colleagues and I will be working in close collaboration to ask what changes might improve the conduct of monetary policy. On that score, you might have already noticed something, a difference in today's policy statement. Urgency, so I can't do.
Fairly hawkish when you listen to, in general, when you listen to what they're saying. Was there any?
Today we had one. I thought it furthered the discussion, deepened it, and made it clear what we needed to do and how we needed to deliver I wouldn't prejudge what happens in the future, but there was only one big subject for us. We took it on. We had a good family fight on it for a couple of days, and we ended up, I think, in a better place.
Claire.
Thanks a lot, Claire Jones, Financial Times. Coming to this blind, reading this very nice short statement that I think we've all appreciated in the room, one might wonder why you didn't raise rates today, considering what you're saying here about the risks to US inflation and your mandate. I guess, why not, and what would you need to see in order to get to that place? And secondly, on your task forces, are there any best practices at other central banks that you'd consider looking at? Thank you.
Yeah. I'm glad they're in the practice of giving you two questions, because my answer to your first question was going to be very curt. I've got nothing more to say than the statement itself. And to the point of the question I got before, market reactions to what we say unfiltered, I think is more helpful than having delivered a statement, me then improvising further upon it. Best practices of task forces. This is a subject I've thought some about. I've been on a task force or two in my life. Best practice, find the best minds. Ensure that the task forces have a range of people, both by backgrounds and predispositions, so they too can have a bit of a family fight. Make sure when you establish a task force that the group that's going to be the recipient of the information feels as though they've got some equities in it too. That's why we're looking for, haven't done the final roll call, some of the most significant talent we have in the building and across the reserve banks on each of these, and in some sense seconding them to this group for a period of some number of months, so that the leaders of the task force know what the most analytical central bank in the world thinks about that. They can reflect on it. And a final best practice, we're not outsourcing decisions to anybody. Administrations past and present, reserve banks have chosen a group of 19 people around the table. These will be our decisions. We can agree to some of the recommendations, disagree with others, have a good family fight about it. But what comes from them will, I hope and believe, make the discussion we have internally better, stronger, more of a dialectic, so that we can finally deliver on that price stability objective.
Just a quick follow-up on your markets point. If you look at two-year yields, they're really suggesting that markets think more tightening is needed. Would that be your read on what the two-year yield is saying as well?
We were in such a good place. This is why we don't do third questions, I presume. I'm not going to offer any commentary on market reaction over the last 30 or 60 minutes. What we've given markets is a new chapter for the central bank, some fresh thinking. What we've given markets and households and businesses, I think, is a commitment to ask ourselves hard questions such that we can deliver on the promises that we've made before. This is a lot of change for financial markets to digest. I wouldn't be particularly intrigued by how they react in the first several minutes or even first several days. What I think is most important is that financial markets, and at least as important, households and businesses know that this central bank will deliver on price stability.
Brian.
Hi there, Chairman Warsh. Brian Chung with NBC News. Thank you for taking our questions. So when you say that we've dropped forward guidance for the layperson, that might sound like the Fed's going to say less or offer less insight into where their borrowing costs might go. So for the person that maybe you might run into at the grocery store, where the price tags are rising at a faster pace than their wages at the moment, how would you explain it to them? I don't know if task force might be the answer there, but how would you kind of communicate this era, this chapter of the Fed?
If I told somebody in the milk aisle that I had a task force for that, I think that would be doing a very poor job, so I appreciate it. If I saw somebody in the grocery store, what I would say to them is that we cannot have a very significant effect on particular prices. The price of oil in the markets today, or even the price of a dozen eggs, that does not have first order consequences to what we're doing. But we do have a really important job there, and it's to make sure that those changes in oil or beef or eggs or milk don't broaden in the economy, don't have second and third order.
So this thing is going to run. Right now, SPX is going to pull back. Very curious for sells tomorrow. I want to see the reaction here, but yeah, this buy zone, this gap we talked about, it filled in swipe liquidity. So before I trigger anything, I know that markets are going to head back and mitigate this zone. I just want to see what ends up happening over here. Okay. I want to see the reaction here. We might create a lower low tomorrow. The reason why is because Dixie looks like it's still going to be on the uptrend, and the expectations today, guys, are not good. They're saying that there's a hike potentially. There's probability right now that the Fed might have a hike in September, which is really bad. That's not good news at all, especially for where we're headed in the market. So I'm expecting this to move bullish here, okay? I don't like the way this looks. So, I mean, Dixie's gonna be bullish. I'm expecting price to even go bearish here, okay? Tomorrow, potentially. Same thing with US 30. Did it even fill the gap? No, it didn't. No gap fill with US 30. We still have to fill the gap, okay? Let's fill the gap. Same thing with this one, literally filled the gap. Nas earlier filled the gap. I do want to see where it goes into the next section here. Might mitigate and sell off, if not break structure, run to the upside. So tomorrow morning will be very interesting. I'm excited because the trades I've been sending out have been doing really, really well. I think on Nas futures we still have some room here to fall though. ES, especially with futures. We haven't gotten fills yet on futures at all. No fills. Zero. So that means this makes me more bearish on price than bullish on price. I'll be honest with you. Very bearish thing here. Here we go. You see that? Beautiful. Give it out on Monday session. You see that, guys? We're gonna wait for a pullback here. 3 o'clock. Pull back. Get a re-entry here. Right there. Looking for buys tomorrow morning. This thing's gonna run. Looking for a lot of buys tomorrow. USD CAD just went to the upside here. GU, I haven't looked at GU in a long time. Let's look at some other, let me pull up some trade DNA stuff here. Hawkish Fed dominates inflation, high impact. That's the big news to today. Hawkish Fed dominates inflation at 4.2%. Whoosh era begins, equities under pressure. Okay, so BTC liquidity sensitive. Hawkish Fed is normally bearish. SPX is bearish. Gold is bullish. And then Trade DNA says that NAS is bearish. All exactly what I just said. Trade DNA just got off of it and said the same thing. Let's look at the calendar here. Let's go to high impact news for you actually. Let's look at the COT reports here this week. Next report is going to be released on June 22nd. Shock COT orders have buys on it. Everything is bearish here on crypto orders. Really looking at COTs for gold. Very bullish. And we have the current rate here. What we needed for that re-entry sell with BTC. I did take some sells here. I'm going to be a little bit adamant though. I do believe we will get some price run to the upside and then a huge massive sell off here, guys. So look for more sells with BTC. I am seeing more sells here. A potential sell here. To stack more sells on BTC. All right, guys, this sums up our session. This was a great session. Tomorrow morning, I'm very excited. We're all making a lot of money, guys. I've been seeing the Discord chat go crazy. I've been getting texts left and right of people making so much money, man, and I'm loving it. I'm seeing the love in the chat. I'm seeing the love on the signals. I can tell you, man, I've never had, I would say, I have never been more appreciative of what we have going on here in Trade by Design, and honestly, all the success people are having. People have been dropping results left and right. I am going to give more Trade DNA access here to people, so just tune in. We will be giving more access as the days continue. Just wait for that. Other than that, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I will talk to y'all soon. I will see you tomorrow.